Welcome to PLC SCADA and DCS laboratory. Now we are going to see about the third experiment related to DCS, that is the control of flow process using DCS. The aim of this experiment is to monitor and control the flow rate of water using DCS, and the components required are flow control loop setup, Centum BP software, that is the DCS platform, and next is the engineering station, operating station and field control station, and communication systems, and the compressor unit. The flow control loop comprises of the following components um, as its hardware unit, that is the flow pump, compressor, orifice plate, differential pressure transmitter to transmit the pressure received from the tappings from the orifice plate, and the three-way manifold valve to calibrate the DPT, and I2P converter, air pressure regulator, pneumatic control valve. Okay, before getting into the experiments, we will have a description about the DCS setup that we have in our DCS lab, and this is the pressure level and flow control setup. Before getting into the hardware description, we will have a demo about the DCS system. The type of DCS that we possess in our DCS lab is Yokogawa DCS Centum VP setup, and it consists of a engineering station where the main control processes and the control commands will be executed, and we have three operating stations. Operating station is also known as HIS, Human Interface System, right? We have three units of operating station in our DCS lab and one unit of engineering station, and there is an FCS associated with the engineering station and operator stations. FCS is nothing but field control station, and this setup will be available in the field in order to control the parameters. And inside this field control station there will be panel boards, and this is the main panel board, whereas this is the controller, and it is also known as processor, right? This is the main control unit used for the entire controlling process, and this is the power supply unit. This is the power supply unit or battery unit, and this will provide backup for a particular period of time if power fails, right? And these are the IO cards connected to the process the input and to produce the outputs. Here we are using 4 IO cards, and in general and in the plant where 24/7 running is required, we will have redundant components for every equipment that has been placed in the panel board. Redundant in the sense, if the primary component fails, the secondary component will take over the operation of the primary component, right? Here this slot is meant for the controller redundancy, and this slot is meant for the battery redundancy, and there will be 8 racks available for IO cards, whereas this is meant for the IO card 1, and this is meant for the redundant component of IO card 1, and similarly the 8 racks will get filled up. Here we are not using any redundant component since it is not required to run our unit for 24/7, right? We are using only for experiment purpose and for demo purpose, so we are not in need of any redundant component. And this is the power supply unit consisting of transformer and the circuit elements. The input to this power supply unit is 230 volt AC, and the output of this power supply unit is 110 volt AC, right? This will provide power supply for this entire field control station, right? And there will be no wires visible to us, since all the wires will be sealed inside the wire racks, right? You will be seeing wire racks, right? These are this and this are the wire racks, and the power supply to this panel board is given through this cable from the power supply unit, and it will be segregated according to the requirement, right? And this side of the field control station provides the power supply unit, and this is the back side of the field control station. And opening the back panel, we will be having our IO cards, right? The top two IO cards are meant for analog IOs, and the third slot is meant for digital IO card. And whereas the first panel has 8 IOs, 8 analog IOs. This can handle 8 analog IOs, and the second card can handle 8 analog IOs. You can see here 1 in and out, right? In out, 1 second in out, third in out. Likewise, it will have 8 IOs. It can handle 8 IOs, and for indicating this as analog, it will have plus and minus sign. And I repeat, these two cards are meant for handling analog IOs, and this is meant for handling digital IOs. And this digital IO card is provided with relay contacts in order to process the digital informations, and from this relay contacts wires will be taken, and the address for the wires will be clearly mentioned in the tags, right? And now to identify the appropriate wire and to take the correct connection, here also the wires will have tags. And from here the cables and the data will be transferred to the hardware unit, right? Wherever the hardware unit is placed, the information and the control signals will be sent and received through this cabling system in the FCS, that is field control station, right? First we will see about the flow control loop, and this is the hardware setup related to flow control loop. Here this pump is used to pump the liquid from the reservoir to the system, and this is the inlet for the pump, and the pump outlet will be through this pipeline, and the pressure in this pipeline is measured using orifice plate. And you all know that there are two outlets taken from the orifice, and the signals are transmitted through these lines to the transmitter. Here this is the flow transmitter, and this transmitter is used to calculate the differential pressure in the flow pipe, and it is transferred to the control unit, that is field control station, where the controller is present, and the controller compares the flow set point, and the controller compares the flow set point and produces a control signal, and the measured signal from this transmitter to the controller is sent in the form of electrical signal. That is, the input to the differential pressure transmitter will be pressure signal, and the output will be electric signal, and this electric signal is sent to the controller in order to generate a control signal, and the controller compares the set point with the measured signal and produces a control signal in the form of an electric signal, and this electric signal is given to this I2P converter. I2P converter is nothing but current to pressure converter. The input to this I2P converter is current signal, and the outlet of this, or the output of this I2P converter, is the pressure signal, and this pressure signal is the control signal proportional, and this output signal is the pressure signal or control signal provided by the controller in order to regulate this control valve, right? And I was supposed to add a point where in while programming you have to provide tag name in the sense you have to provide a tag name for input device, output device, and the controller. With respect to flow control loop, the control signal will be given as FC100, and the controller will be named as FIC100. That 100 can be can differ, but the FIC indicates flow indicating controller, right? For example, if this is the transmitter connected in the flow control loop, it should be named as it can be named as percentage FT100, and this can be named as FIC100, and the output device can be named as percentage FC100. And we have stopped as in the previous explanation, we have stopped as the pressure signal corresponding to the controller signal will be given to the control valve to regulate the amount of flow through this control valve, right? Here and according to the signal provided, this control valve will act and regulate the amount of flow that has to flow through this control valve into the system.